Okay, we're officially in session. So before we go into Google search ads, everyone, is the content making sense? While we were on the break, and you just thinking about everything that I've been talking about, from sales funnel to meta ads to Apollo, or personas rather. Is it making sense? Is it becoming clearer on what type of strategies you could possibly employ for your own business with advertising online? Uh, if there are any questions, please just throw them in the chat. Otherwise, if you are good to go, just give me a thumbs up to say that, like, you're good, and then we will proceed. Yeah. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you. Thank you, Rikile or Munyai. I hope I pronounced your name properly. And then I see a hand. Oh, there was a hand earlier. All right. Awesome. Awesome.
It
Awesome.
was
Thank you.
supposed to be a thumbs up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Got you. Got you. Okay, cool. Let's proceed now, right? And the next stage is we going into Google Ads, Google search ads, as a tactic, as a way to get Google's users to see your product or your offering and basically engage with your business. What that means and how it looks like is um, all these platforms, they all have their own customers, right? They all have their own users, if I may put it that way. Um, Ritlile, you will definitely get the recordings as we are recording all of the sessions. All right. But basically, with Google, Meta, Apollo, Twitter, LinkedIn, Twitch, all these platforms have their own users. All these platforms, in terms of how they scale, as fast as they scale, is they benefit from what we call network effects. All right. So what that means is, if I'm using the platform and my friend asks me, "Oh, I'm looking for a solution," and I'm like, "Just Google it." I'm just telling them without thinking too much. I've just referred Google to my friend, and that's network effect. And like, it's easy that the way for the customer to get involved is quite easy. There's a low barrier to entry in using that platform. So tech platforms benefit highly from network effects, right? If I'm a user and I'm finding it exceptionally fast and easy to do, then it's very easy for me to just refer my other friend or group of friends, and they also do it. WhatsApp has done it beautifully, and they've grown their business through network effects quite well. Uber, a lot of the tech platforms. But anyway, my whole point is that these platforms all have their users. And these platforms want to make sure that they provide the best possible advertisers offering solutions to their users. Meta shows its adverts, or yeah, it shows its adverts to its users based on their interests, based on their behavior when they are on Meta. If I am Tato and I follow businesses and I follow a lot of technology businesses and marketing, then I will see a lot of adverts that are related to the things that I like, right? Google works in a similar fashion, albeit a different journey altogether. Google shows its adverts to its users, or rather, it shows adverts to its users based on what a user is specifically looking for. Bear with me now. So imagine, and I'm sure we've all seen it in one way or the other. Imagine you were looking for a solution or a product online, right? The first place you went to was Google. You typed it out, and chances are, actually, let me just present it so that we are as articulate as possible. Can you see my screen, Mañano?
Yeah, I can see your screen on Google.
Yeah, okay. So imagine we are looking for mouthwash, right? We're looking for Paul's products. I'm a user. I'm looking for mouthwash. These are, and I'm on Google. This is the first place that I will land on, right? I'm anticipating a question on what's better, Google Ads or Meta Ads. it's neither here nor there. I think based on how they get users onto an advertiser's platform and based on your resources, I would say they both work very well. How Google makes sure that it shows or it brings you the right possible customers to your doorstep when you run an advert is Google's customers have high intention. They are looking for a product. And whereas Facebook, we're not particularly looking for a product, but we see these adverts based on our likes, right? Based on our interest. That's what I meant to say. Whereas with Google, I have a very high intention to find a product, whether it's mouthwash or it's training, whatever it is, right? I am looking for a particular product, right? And these products that I'm looking for, there's the first results that will always appear. If I sell physical products, the first results that appear as sponsored, those are Google ads, right? And basically these platforms, Amazon, Macro, CuraProx, they are all paying Google ads to showcase their adverts under Google Shopping, which is a Google platform where if I sell physical products, I can basically advertise on. And then the next level would be I hear a question, so Manyano, maybe you can ask on behalf of the person.
It's Itumeleng has their hands up.
Yes, Itumeleng.
Sorry about that. So, does this mean that you've searched for mouthwash? Because what I've seen is that if it's Paul's mouthwash, I would have to basically compete with Clicks, Discam, Amazon when it comes to the price of how much I'm setting out for my Google ad.
Yes. Yes and no. Yes, because you are all bidding, and we'll go into these words, right? You are all bidding for the same keywords, right? Mouthwash being the keyword, and chances are that keyword would be very expensive. But the way that the Google system works is it doesn't punish a Paul because Paul doesn't have as high of a budget than a Listerine, right? The keywords come at different prices as and when they occur, but the Google system tries to level out the playing field and make everything fair, and not be biased in favor of the people that have a higher brand name or a higher budget. The budget does play a role. I'm going to be upfront with you. The budget definitely does play a role, but it doesn't play a role when it comes to the type of keywords that we are all competing for. And that's the yes part of your question. The no part, it all depends on my customer persona, right? Now, and it all depends on my strategy as well. Depending on my strategy, if I am in Johannesburg and my advert, now Paul knows that his advertising on Meta is showing the rest of the country, but for Google Ads, he only wants to show his product to people in Gauteng. Then the range is different, and that means the potential user is different, right? Based on how they are using the Google search, So you won't be punished because of budget and brand name or lack of, but you will get an equal footing based on the keywords that you select and based on your persona that you're actually just building on, which also emphasizes my point of having at least on a minimum 2 platforms that you are showcasing your brand, because each brand, let me rewind. You need to at least use 2 platforms where possible to showcase your brand, right? Because each brand will engage with a user who's on a different level of journey, looking for your specific products. With Meta, it could be more profitable for Paul to run ads on Meta because he's advertising his adverts to people that like and engage with products or pages that are all about health and wellness. The flip side of that, he might say, nah, I want to engage with people that have a high intention to look for my products. And essentially, I will advertise on Google. So if I am Tato and I'm advertising, and not advertising, but I'm looking for mouthwash. I didn't state the brand name before, right? I just looked on the product. Paul's product is one of the products that could appear as sponsored. I was looking for sponsored ads. So this is a sponsored ad. The difference between what you see here, Itumeleng at the top, and everyone else is that these products are all running campaigns on Google's Google Shopping platform. Google also has a marketplace called Google Shopping, right? And essentially, the benefit of advertising on Google Shopping is that, firstly, if I'm a Google merchant, it doesn't cost me a thing to showcase my products on, or list and showcase my products on Google Shopping. It's for free. All right, and you should check it out. So someone like Paul, I would encourage you to list your products on Google Shopping. However, the difference between the products that have sponsored next to them and those that don't is that these ones are running a shopping specific campaign where they want to showcase their products to the person that's looking for mouthwash. All right, and then these ones are more organic, right? But outside of Google Shopping, what am I talking about? I've typed out mouthwash. The first results are Google Shopping results, right? As an advertiser, my product will showcase here. The results that follow, which don't have sponsored next to them, are more organic results. That's to say, this is Clicks, which has a strong presence on SEO and organic listing on Google search engine. So that's the reason why it's number 2, and followed by Discam, followed by Curaprox, followed by Checkers, right? But if you scroll down and you find this specific result here, this is an advert, and it has, how I know is it has sponsored next to it. It's an advert by Listerine, right? The headline is Discover Our Products. The description is that description that you see here. And then these are extensions. I will show you how you set up all of these elements so that you too can have your ad showing on the first page of Google. Some of you might have seen these Google ads. Some of these ads tend to be right at the top of the page. Some of the ads tend to be at the bottom of the page, right? What Google does is it uses its search platform to expose your advert on as many networks that it owns as possible. Some of your ads might show on YouTube, even though you didn't set up your ad to showcase on YouTube. But because YouTube is owned by Google, your ad might be shown as a page, as an image, as a still image on the side of whatever video that may be running. Your ad might show on Google Maps. Once they open Waze to advertise, because Waze is owned by Google, I'm sure that they'll also showcase your ad there. But Google has a wide network of platforms where they showcase your adverts, right? And your adverts are shown based on the customer's keyword that they're using. Mouthwash is the product, right? So I'm looking for the product. But if I had to say Listerine mouthwash or Paul's mouthwash, and I click enter, then the results that would appear are brand associated results, because I'm using brand keywords to look for a particular product. What that means is my advert will only be shown to people that are looking for brand associated products, right? Even though they typed out Listerine mouthwash, Paul's ad, if he runs Google Ads, might be one of the ads that also showcases on the search results, because the user typed out a brand and they typed out the product. And if Paul also has keywords that are linked to his brand and to the product, his adverts are one of the adverts that will showcase when here, right? When the person is on Google and is looking for that specific product. All right. Itumeleng, I said quite a lot there. Does my statement make sense in terms of the different pieces that I've shown you?
Yes, it makes sense. But I also just want to see what you do on this side that makes it different.
I got you.
Yeah, how you set up the site, yeah, with the
Yeah.
keywords and everything.
I got you. All right, cool. So I will show you, similar to how we did it with Meta. I will show you how you can set it up, how you can set up your own ad on Google. And in this example, I will give an example of an apples for apples. I will showcase how we've created an advert for our online platform, our e-commerce platform, versus what our competitors are also showing, right? So if you recall, if you're not already one of our existing e-commerce customers, you might not even know that we are actually an e-commerce platform. Sorry, what I was looking for was Shopify. So, or e-commerce platform. So now imagine you are an SME. You're looking for an e-commerce platform to sell your products on, right? You type out e-commerce platform as an example, right? And then these are the results that come out. Pixel AI is one of the results that come up. They are running an advert that is advertising e-commerce catalog management systems. Vaymo is another solution. It's a digital marketing platform, and they're advertising their digital e-commerce solutions. Shopify is not running an advert, or at least for this specific keyword, it's not running an advert, but because of the strength of its SEO and how it's listed on search engines, they are one of the organic results that have shown up, right? The same as WooCommerce, the same as BigCommerce. Our business is still small. Unfortunately, Rekisa isn't on one of those results. But if I wanted to list organically, I may want to list my business and associated with storefront, which is another keyword, right? These are all keywords because Google uses keywords to showcase your brand to its customers. But I'm realizing I'm talking quite academically, and I might be confusing. Let me go straight into the platform. So how does this look like, and where do you start? Where you start, of course, is you will go to Google Ads, right? If you want to run Google Ads, you'll type out Google Ads on your search engine, and then you'll go to login, and then automatically it will bring you to the Google Ads landing page where you can create your profile, which is free, right? You only get charged for Google Ads when people are clicking on your ad and are responding to your advert. All right. Once you've done this, I'm obviously not going to do it because I'm already in. Once you've done this, you will create your own campaign. So it's important that I mention Google has two functionalities. It has the smart ads functionality, and maybe let me go to it. It has the smart ads functionality. The smart ads functionality is basically you giving Google the basic information there is to know about your brand, and then allowing the AI to do the rest, right? You just fill out very basic information, and it's probably the easiest way of running your own Google Ads if you are not fully immersed in how to create your full campaign, right? But it has one or two limitations in terms of the functionality. And then the other mode is the expert mode that allows you to really influence all the different pieces that you want your advert to show to your specific customers. All right. And how you do that is automatically your campaign will originally be under Smart Campaign, right? And you will click, let me go back and start again. You will click on Create, right? Once you've clicked on Create, go back to what we did with Meta. There's the campaign name where you list your campaign, November campaign. There's the ad group. Your ad group will be your personas that we have designed in Apollo and that we've designed for our sales funnel. You'll have keywords. What Meta calls ad sets, Google calls it keywords. Keywords that you want to associate your brand to, that people are looking for online. And then you have your conversion action, which is what do I want to track? Is it calls that I want to track? Is it link clicks that I want to track? Is it purchases that are happening on my e-commerce shop that I want to track, right? And then assets is basically the graphic or not video, but the graphic. Let me just say the graphic that I have designed that I want my possible customer to basically see. That's basically the entire setup. And how you start is you just click on create, and you will click on your create a campaign. So in this instance, you will choose what the objective is. Again, this is the funnel, right? And this is how the funnel manifests itself in the world of Google. Are you creating a campaign to generate sales on your online store or on your app, or you want people to call you and you're able to give them the quotation over the phone? What exactly are you looking for here? Are you looking to generate leads where you may have something that people can download and you encourage them to share their details, their email address with you so that they can automatically download whatever it is that you sell? But ultimately, if you choose this as your objective, then your campaign will be optimized to generate leads. So it'll be optimized to generate sales or to drive traffic to your website, right? Our e-commerce business, the objective is to drive traffic to our website because the magic happens on the website. When our customer is on the website, we tell them all there is to tell about Rekisa e-commerce, our features, our pricing, the customers we've helped, and then we want them to click on the button that says create a free store, right? But that's just my business. For the training business that we run, we might want to generate leads where we are like, get 50% off our training. The next training is about business model innovation. Share your details here and we'll call you. Then the objective might be leads. But if I don't want to be sharing any quotations and I want you to go straight to my online store because the course is already loaded and you just need to pay a subscription fee, then sales would be the objectives that I want to set up. But Google also has other features such as awareness and consideration. If you go back to our funnel, awareness is the top of the funnel and consideration is engagement, right? Which is also like the middle of the funnel. So you can almost have like a two-in-one based on what people are looking for and their interests. If you have a physical shop or a physical office, and you instead of advertising nationwide, you want to advertise in your location, in Soweto if you operate from Soweto, in Sandton if you operate from Sandton, and you only want your advert to show within a 30k radius, then and you want people to come to your shop, then this would be the best possible objective, right? If you are not sure, then you can click on this option and the system will guide you. But let's say we want website traffic, right? We will choose website traffic. And the next questions will be asked. Okay, what conversion goals are we chasing here? Do we want people to call us? Do we want people to sign up? We want people to sign up. Do we want people to just give us their contact details? What exactly are we looking for? We want signups, right? And we would choose signups as a conversion goal. Or rather, let me say the conversions that come with website traffic can be one of 4 of these targets that we want to achieve. Once I've done that, I click on continue. And then the next question that will be asked to me is, okay, what are we creating here, right? You can create up to 6 types of ads. For the purposes of this training, I will only choose search ads. I'll only choose search ads because we don't have enough time to go through all the different types of ads that Google has. But you can choose 6 of them. That means you can also create 6 different campaigns that could give you presence across the different campaign types that Google offers you. And then the website that you're taking your customers to is the main website that you obviously want to put in front of them. You might not have a website, but you might have a landing page. So first and foremost, what's the difference? A website and a landing page they're both websites, to be honest. They're both websites, but the website has more information about your overall business, whereas a landing page is promoting or advertising one specific thing, right? So what I mean by that is if I go to Rekisa Academy as an example, or just Rekisa, this is our website. This is our main website, right? Where all our services to our customers exist, and we communicate everything here. But websites are overwhelming. They have too much information. It's hard to make a conversion because I'm not sure what exactly I need to do, right? Do I need to download the ebook? Okay, cool. I'll download the ebook. Or do I need to know about the pricing? As soon as I've clicked on either one of these pages, this is a landing page, right? And that's what landing pages are. Landing pages have now been designed in such a way that they are advertising one specific thing, and they have, or at least they should have, one specific message to get you to convert. An example of a landing page, particularly for our academy, we know that we have over 12 courses that we advertise, right? But we're not going to advertise the academy on its own. You know why? Because the people that appreciate these courses are all different. The person who might be interested in e-commerce training could possibly be very different from the person that might find inbound marketing relevant, right? So that's why landing pages became so relevant and so important, because they are advertising one thing and one thing only. Think of landing pages as a flyer, but a digital flyer, right? The link that I will add to my Google Ads will be this link here, Rekisa Products Paid Advertising, because I am driving people to this page only. I don't want them to see any other information. I want them to specifically buy this product, right? I want them to go through the sales funnel as fast as possible. I don't want to tell them on how great I am. I don't want to tell them about our values. I want them to go straight to paid ads, training, see what it's all about, see how they will benefit, and then if they're happy, they click on register now. All right. So that's basically I think I'm lost now, Manyan. Where am I? Oh, there. Sorry, guys. I was lost for a second as to where I want to go. So the link that I will share will be the paid ads advertising link, if that's what I am promoting. Once I've done that, I click on continue, and Google will take me to the next step, right? What is the campaign name? Website traffic search for, that's fine. And I can just click on start now, right? Once I've clicked on start now, now I'm designing all the different pieces, that I'm designing all the different touch points of my advert. But I'm going to go to an existing campaign. I think it'll be easier for me to explain all those pieces instead of having to go through the entire setup, because it is quite long. All right, let me discard here and go to an existing campaign. All right, awesome. So now, in order for you to get here, right? There's a couple of elements that you need to be aware of. Here at the top, this is just an indication of what Google gives you when it comes to your ad strength, right? That's to say, what does your ad say? What elements does your ad have? What extensions does your advert have? And based on our best practice, your ad is either weak or your ad is really strong, right? Earlier on, I mentioned the landing page and link. This is obviously where you will put it in. And this is where you are sending people to do what you need them to do, right? Once they land on the main website, you will see here that we have an extension, which is called the display path. Once they've landed on the main homepage, we really want them to click on contact us, and we want them to give us their details so that we can immediately call them. The ad that you're seeing right now was optimized for that. We realized that people are creating the store, but they may not understand how to navigate. So rather, we say to them, go to our main website, and then if you like what you see, every time you click on contact us, you will land up on the page where you give your details to us, and then our team will call you to set up a demo, right? Someone else might have the checkout page here, or you might have an extension to one of the products. The display path really depends on what your strategy is in terms of like the objective of the advert. Once you've set that up, and this is where now the keywords come into play. Let me go to more ideas. Firstly, what are keywords? Keywords are words that Google is picking up based on its users' intentions, right? When someone is on Google, based according to Google, right? Google tells me that, okay, there are in the last 30 days, there are 50,000 people that typed out selling websites, right? They are compared to 5,000 people that that typed out sell stuff online, right? Now, as an e-commerce platform, I have the option: which keyword do I use? Do I use the 50,000 keyword or do I use the 5,000 keyword? There's no wrong or right. It all depends as to what my strategy is. For us in this campaign, our strategy was to get as much traffic as possible to the website so that we get as many people as possible creating free accounts. For Paul, who sells a physical product, his objective is to sell product, because this is inventory. This is physical inventory. It's software, right? But we all need the sales. For a person who's selling physical inventory, your keywords will probably be slightly different. If you're selling a particular type of mouthwash, you might want to add those keywords there. But the problem with that is that the search, the keyword and what people are searching for might be low, right? Which means if 500 people are looking for this specific keyword, firstly, you are being charged quite a lot for that keyword every time someone clicks on it, because you're not benefiting from economies of scale, right? If someone is typing out online selling, you know that your keywords that are in your advert are one of those keywords, they're one of the keywords that will showcase to your user, and you will get it for a slightly cheaper price because of the benefits of economies of scale, right? So essentially, how you work out the keywords and the strategy to work out the keywords is you want to have keywords that are linked to your product, right? This is the structure that Google normally encourages you to follow. The first, you can add up to 12, I think, 12 keywords, right? All of these are keywords, but essentially the first quarter of these keywords is you want to add keywords that are linked to your product specific keywords. What are product specific keywords? Mouthwash is a product specific keyword. Mouthwash flavors is another specific keyword example, right? Forgive me, Paul, if I'm chopping up your industry here. I don't know enough about your brand, right? But in our world, sell product online. This is a keyword which is industry specific. It's product specific. Sell digital products online. Again, it's industry specific. It's product specific. Where it differs and it becomes brand specific is when we add our brand before the actual keyword in itself, right? So you will see Rekisa e-commerce. That's a brand. We want someone, whenever they type out Rekisa e-commerce is one of the solutions that comes up, and we pin that so that it doesn't go to the bottom. It doesn't get lost in Google's network. It's the very first thing that you see all the time, right? And then essentially all the other keywords we used specifically for, from the suggestions that Google had offered us. You're not going to select all the keywords. Our strategy here was to select keywords that have a high traffic intention, right? Because then we are paying slightly less for that specific keyword, and we're benefiting from the rest of the industry. But that's our strategy. Someone else might have a completely different strategy to say, hey, I really just want to stand out here and for my own very reasons, but the keywords that I may enter here might not be optimized for the best possible results. All right. An example of this being the fashion online site. Why didn't we choose fashion online site, and why did we choose selling websites? Because we don't only provide fashion online sites. We provide online sites for various things, whether it's fashion, cosmetics, accessories, services. We provide a wide array of services when it comes to our online businesses, right? So we will choose the keywords that we feel we relate to. They may have a high search result, they may not. It's important that we just have a variety, so that our customers that are looking or that have typed out any form of these keywords, our results are one of the results that can show. Itumeleng, I'm going to go straight to you in terms of answering your earlier question. Is it starting to make sense? And then if anyone else has a question, please by all means ask now, because I can understand keywords can be quite confusing. So I'll start with Itumeleng. Are we on the same page with how keywords work?
I understand the keywords part.
Yeah.
Okay, but just keep on sharing, and then I'll let you know what issues I've had with doing Google Ads, especially with the that top part on the ad strength where
Yeah.
it says include popular keywords
I'm with you.
in your headline, because
Yeah.
then it sort of will put your ad as like a weak ad when
Because
the
you're not
keywords that
using-
you've already put actually match exactly what your product is.
Yeah. I'm with you. And if there aren't any other questions, Manyano, are there any questions in the chat?
No, there are no questions in the chat.
Okay. So Itumeleng, I mean, your comment is a relevant one, right? Highly relevant one, and I know exactly what you mean. Where Google will say, will give you a set of, I'm going to delete some of these so that it can just become weak there. Google will give you a set of keywords that may not necessarily relate to your business at all, right? And then we've experienced that as well, where it says use this keyword because it has a high search result or high intention, and we don't relate to it at all. You know, where we the last thing we want to sell at is discount. I'm not a fan of it because I believe we provide a lot of value, right? But Google will say this search result, free online store or 50% online store, get it now. It encourages us to do that so that we can improve our ad strength. And sometimes we'll just say no to it. And our score might drop because we said no to that specific thing. But it's important that you understand that you can optimize your ad in other ways, right? Keywords are probably like the first way, but they're not the only way. You can optimize using extensions, and I'll show you how to add extensions. But ultimately, these are just guides. You don't have to choose them, right? You don't have to go ahead with them. They are just guides. Google is using its deep learning and its data to say, okay, the keywords that you put in, they're not necessarily working. So instead of using your own specific keywords, maybe have a mix. Have a mix of broad keywords that are connected to your industry. Have a mix of product-specific keywords, and have a mix of brand-specific keywords. So what I mean is, if I sell shoes, the first set of keywords that I will have in my shoe advert is shoes for sale in Gauteng, as an example. I will use keywords that connect me and make me relevant in industry-specific searches, right? And then I will also add product-specific keywords. Red shoes, leather shoes for sale, leather quality shoes for sale, red leather shoes. Those are product-specific keywords, because then what my ad will do is, for anyone that is looking for leather products that happen to be red as well, they will see that advert and they will have a higher propensity to purchase, as opposed to someone who was just typing out shoes, which is more of a broad a keyword strategy, right? So the whole rule is similar to how our funnel works. When it comes to keywords, you want to start off broad, then let your ad run for a month, for a couple of weeks, to see which keywords are getting the traction that they should be getting, which keywords are not getting any traction. Remove the keywords that aren't getting any traction, add keywords that could be getting traction, or leverage on the keywords that already are hitting the ground running, right? So it starts off first with industry specific, which is broad, then it's product specific, then it's brand specific. Itumeleng's red leather shoes, exclusive only on Itumeleng's online store. And when you go brand specific, hey, you need to have a very strong brand. You need to be a Louis Vuitton, an Edgar's, a G-Star, a Nike, because the brand is already so well known. And Nike will use specific brand related keywords, but they will also have a mix of industry specific for broad search results, product specific, for engagement and focus, and then product specific keywords. Itumeleng, would you care to expand on that? Am I getting any closer to answering your questions?
Yes, you are.
It's Itumeleng, right?
But I also probably, yes, it's Itumeleng.
All right.
I probably think that Google also puts, I think, smaller businesses behind when it comes to the new types of services that we would provide. When it comes to your the headlines that you would put based on the specific service that you would do. So I tend to use more meta ads because I have more of a turnaround and conversion rates compared to a Google ads, because that does not pop up at all. It's like right now I just searched dentists with payment plans, and they gave me all of the best ranking dentists in my area, which I know don't provide payment plans. They just use medical aid type of thing. So
no, that's a fair comment, right? And also that's your strategy. I relate to your strategy. For the longest of times, we never ran Google ads. We only started running Google ads last year. Our business has been running for 4 years now. It's only last year that we started running Google ads. The reason being, with the resources that we had when we started, Meta made more sense for us, right? Now that we have a little bit more resources and we understand the world of search because of the intent behind it, we play in the space of Google ads as well, right? Google being biased against smaller brands that have smaller budget. I'm not directly from Google, so my comment, just take it with an asterisk. I would say you're probably right somewhat, because there's other elements that are beyond your control that get Google to showcase your brand in front of its users. But budget does play a part as well, right? They'll give you a ballpark figure to say, other competitors in your space are spending around this much. So you want to spend that, but we don't have the same budget. What I have versus my neighbor is very different. We might have a ballpark region, but it's still it's misleading, right? And it doesn't mean I'm going to get any results. That's the first way. The other way to get more profitable or to run more profitable ads, and this will be in your how-to guides, I go back to Apollo. Remember that on Apollo, we already have our personas, right? The best way for me to get my ads to showcase to the best possible people is to create what is called an audience. In Google calls it a customer match list, right, Manyano? Match lists, yes, it's called match list, and LinkedIn also calls it match lists. And match lists basically means I've loaded my perfect persona. I have loaded the people that I actually want to work with, right? This 40 ESD people, I've loaded them onto my Google Ads account. And so what that means is my advert will be shown to them, right? And my advert will be shown to people that behave in a similar fashion to them. So other CEOs that might not be on Apollo or whose data I might not have from Apollo will also see the adverts because they share similar attributes when it comes to their online behavior. They share similar attributes to my original source of information or customer base. So then that means I'm not showcasing my adverts to everyone. I'm showcasing my adverts to a specific user. That's why the sales funnel and the customer persona is so important. The same thing applies with Meta. With Meta, I can create audiences, right? And I can load my Apollo database on there. This database is only visible to me. It's not visible to my other users. But essentially, instead of me advertising sunglasses to people that don't wear sunglasses, my ads will only be shown to people that have an interest in sunglasses, that are looking for sunglasses, that happen to be my customers as well, and people that are similar to them. So where you can't compete on budget, Itumeleng, you can now be smarter in terms of adding and creating audiences, right? So that your ads can be as profitable as possible. All right. Are there any questions or comments on this little piece that I've just shared with you, Itumeleng, before I proceed? Okay, I'm going to continue. So we've spoken about the keywords, right? Keywords or headlines rather. Your headlines being your keywords that you want to be shown to your users. As we've been talking, you can see when this advert is not live as yet, because we still need to pay our bills when it comes to Google Ads. But ultimately, when it is live, these are the different variations that it is shown to people that are looking for our type of solution, right? After the headlines, I encourage you to set up descriptions, of course, descriptions being what you tell your customers that you do, right? This is what you do. And Google gives you a guideline to say, okay, it can't be longer than 90 characters if you want the person to really just read and understand what it is that you offer. As soon as it's more than the character limit, then it won't publish. You have to make sure that it's up to that description character limit. Once you've set that up, you can add images as extensions, right? If that's what you want to do. If I go back to Google searches, right? Some people have images next to their ads. Some people don't. I made a choice here by choosing Shopify specifically because it's showing me Shopify specific results, right? But the images and the videos, as much information as you can add, it all contributes to your ad ranking as high as possible, right? But it's neither here nor there. If you don't have images or videos for your ad, that's fine. The images that you would add, for us, it was important that we show the flyers, the same flyers that we show on Meta. For us, it was very important that we show them as much as we possibly can to our users that may be visually stimulated. It was also important for us to show examples of existing shops that have been created on our platform, right? So that's the reason why we loaded images of other websites on our advert. But the flyers were very important that we showed. For a business such as Shopify that already benefits from the strong brand name, they might not need to. And they're happy to just have their name and their headline in the description, and then you can choose to do what you need to do there, right? But if you add an image, you just positioning your brand and your ad to showcase to your users as much as possible. The brand name is obviously the name of your business. The logo is the logo that you have, and Google will use that logo. And then site links are your extensions, right? Facebook also has this. And basically site links are other pages that you want your customers to click on, right? The first link is the contact us link that is right at the top. These other links are links that you might not necessarily have an opportunity to show on your main advert, but it's important links that you want your customers to see. As you can see here, we showcase our price lists. We showcase the button where they can go straight to the dashboard and create their online store. It's very important that you have site links. The more site links that you have, again, the stronger your ad strength, right? But if you don't have it, so be it. It's fine. If you're only sending them to one landing page and that's all that you have, then the lack of site links does not come to your detriment. Although to optimize your ad even further, I would encourage you to have things such as site links. When you think of site links, think of extensions, right? To say, okay, if they are not on my homepage, where else do I want them to go? Do I want them to go straight to the quotation page? Okay, that's site link number one. I need to have my phone number there. Do I want them to call me? Yes. Do I want them to WhatsApp me? That's an experiment, because we did the experiment the other day. If you have a WhatsApp link, then you can add your WhatsApp link in here, right? You'd have to set up WhatsApp, not WhatsApp API, but you'd have to generate a WhatsApp link. And how you generate that WhatsApp link is if you set up WhatsApp web, right? And you'll get a WhatsApp link where this number also has a link that can be accessed online. And you can add that link in here, and the headline will be WhatsApp us, right? And basically it will be visible on your extensions. Once you've done all of that, you will save your ad, set up your budget, and ultimately once you publish it, your advert will be shown to all your different users that are looking for your specific products online. All right. I know that, I'm showing you a very high level here, but I think the most important thing to know and understand about Google Ads is you are showing your ad to people that have a high intention on finding the product that or service that you are offering, right? Because now we are smarter marketers. Instead of using the generic information that we already have on Google, create an ad that is already optimized to strike while the iron is hot and to engage with people that have already engaged with you on one touch point. Imagine for a second that you called this person, or you sent an email, a cold email to this individual, right? And they didn't act. Or maybe they did act. They liked your ad on Meta, or they added a product in their cart when they were on your online shop, and now they're seeing a remarketing campaign on Google Ads. Now for them, it's like, okay, these people, I keep seeing them. I saw an email from the CEO the other day. I saw the advert on Meta. I saw their post on LinkedIn, and now I'm seeing their adverts on Google. Hey, let me actually try them out, right? That's the whole point of match lists and remarketing. You will know that, okay, I've now created my persona. The persona isn't a make persona. It's real people. It's the 6,000 people that I can download from here and load onto my Google ad under match lists, or load onto my Meta ads under audience, and I can retarget them because I know that my team is running a call center trying to get a hold of them. Or I know that I'm also running a LinkedIn ad, or I did a recent blog. So I want my customer to have as many touch points as possible so that I can get them through the sales funnel as fast as possible and as profitable as possible. All right. I think if anything, wear that hat, with all the platforms that we're going to showcase. Always consider your sales funnel, and always consider what touch points are in your sales funnel, because then whatever it is that, whatever the strategy is in your sales funnel, it will be more focused when you are running your acquisition exercises, when it comes to your paid ads. All right. Are there any questions, guys, on Google Ads before I proceed, before I continue? Manyano, are there any questions in the chat?
There are no questions in the chat.
Okay. Anyone who may have a question, you can unmute yourself and ask any question relating to Google Ads or anything that I've mentioned thus far.
Oh, sorry. Someone just asked, are Google Ads more expensive than Meta Ads?
Ash. That's a good question. To be honest with you, I it's neither here nor there. I think it's a much of a muchness, and here's the reason why I say that. Depending on your budget, right, and the strategy that you have. Imagine for a second you have 3,000 Rand as your marketing ad, right, as your marketing budget. That 3,000 Rand, you want to divide it between Meta or LinkedIn and Google, right? So 1,500 to Google and 1,500 to Meta, right? And now you divided your budget equally. It's important to understand that the customer journey for each of the customers on the different platforms will differ fundamentally, because Facebook is showing your ads to people that like and have an interest in similar brands that are operating in your space, right? So if you are like Paul and you are advertising health products to people that like health and well-being, then the cost per acquisition on Meta might be slightly lower versus on Google. With Google, it's different, right? With Google, the ad is only shown to people that are deliberately looking for your product or products that are similar. There's a high intent there, right? And the cost per acquisition, depending on your funnel, might be higher or lower than what you are paying on Meta. So the reason why I'm saying it all depends. It really depends on what the objective is. Are you sending people to your website? If you are sending people to your website, whether Google or Meta is cheaper or expensive, it all depends on what that budget is. It all depends on how you've set up your targeting. It all depends on how you set up your keyword strategy. It depends on so many variables, that it makes it hard for me to say Google is more expensive, Facebook is much cheaper. But what I will say is, if you have a budget such as 3,000 Rand, instead of stretching it and trying to advertise on two platforms, which could work, rather invest those funds into one platform when it comes to an advertising platform. Rather invest it in Google Ads, right? So that you can get more back for your money while also running outreach campaign using Apollo, or the other way around. Rather advertise on LinkedIn and use Apollo to get leads and retarget to these leads instead of trying to spread a budget that is already lean. If you have more resources, I'm now talking about if you have a budget such as 6,000, 10,000, 15,000, then you can divide that budget on two platforms, right? You can advertise a certain piece on Google, 5K, 3K each, and on Meta, while also running outbound marketing. It's really just important to consider what resource do I have? If all these people had to call me, can I service them accordingly without compromising on the customer service? If they all go to my website, will my website be able to take that traffic without crashing? I'm just making extreme examples, but I guess my whole point is it really depends on your strategy and how you've set up the different touch points within your funnel. I hope I was able to answer that question regarding what's cheaper and what's expensive. Are there any other questions, Manyano?
No, there are no other questions.
All right. Okay. Cool. So now I know, I just completed the Google Ads, right? The guide that we will show you, it will come in three different pieces, if I may put it that way. The one piece will be how to set up a Google search campaign, and it will have a step-by-step guide on how to set up this entire thing, right? And your Google campaign, it really depends as to whether it's search or it's display or it's network. You will have access to all the different objectives that you can choose. You'll also get a guide that helps you to create a remarketing campaign. So what that means is, imagine someone clicked on create a store and they went to your website, or they went to one of your products on your website and they didn't check out. Google has a capacity to allow you to set up your own pixel called the Google Tag Manager. And that tag manager shows your advert repeatedly to people that have interacted with your product, whether it was through email or they went straight to your website, or they liked your page on Meta, Google has a way to remarket your ad using its platform. All right. So you'll get a guide on how to create your own search ads using Google. You'll get a guide on how to create your own remarketing ads using the Google network. And then most importantly, you also get a guide on how to select your keyword strategy. All right. During the break, I'll take a moment to just show you guys our library of these guides, and I'll show you how you can use them, just so you don't feel lost when you are looking at it and you're following it step by step. Okay. But I will conclude on the Google Ads segment, and we'll take a 10-minute break, and we'll go into Apollo and LinkedIn. I'll try to combine both of them and essentially start to create an integrated campaign using the tactics that we've shown you. All right. So I'll stop this presentation and we can take a 10-minute break.